Live. All right. So we are live. A very good morning to all my dear viewers once again, and welcome back to our Getty Live Talk series. And before we start, I would like to wish you all a very happy Krishna Janmashtami to everyone present here. This Getty Life Talk Forum, as you all know, is an initiative by Global Education and Training Institute under Dr. Sunita Gandhi with the sole vision to transform education by sharing ideas for change. And we are committed to teachers' training and professional development to facilitate learning, teaching, and sharing wonderful ideas. This unique global movement, hashtag Disruptive Education Movement, is all about where we bring education leaders from around the globe to deliberate and discuss. And every time I promise, and today I am back again with our eminent guest for the session, Miss Harini, who is the founder at Purna Pragya in Bangalore, a well read, well traveled, and academically inclined person. She has given around 12 plus years in a software industry. She has worked in a software industry, and after that, she was into teaching and has given around 10 years, more than 10 years, in fact, and has taught math, science to students in different ways. In fact, creative ways, and developed courses and methods to increase understanding, interest, and fun in the subject. She is an expert on Vedic math or speed math and guides students to ace entrance exams. She has lived in many cities in India and world and has understanding of many different industries, cultures, education systems, and much more. Well, currently she leverages her knowledge, experience, and wisdom to mentor and guide students on their careers and education path based on their abilities, interests, personality, and strengths as a career development facilitator. And at Purna Pragya, she develops content for the courses offered and conduct workshops on Mathemagic Merriment, Math Ability Express, Study Smart, and Study Styles. This sounds interesting for me, Math Magic Merriment, as we were just discussing offline as how much scared I am of maths. And there is a word that exists that says Mathematic Merriment. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, on this platform of Getty. And today she is here with us to talk on future ready students. Is a child really future ready? So, without taking much time, I would request ma'am to please take over the session and enlighten us. Over to you, ma'am, and once again, a very warm welcome.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Prina. So let me just start sharing my presentation, and from there we can dive directly into the topic. Just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see the presentation now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me just dive directly into the topic. So I think each one of us, whether we are parents, teachers, students, educators, or entrepreneurs, we all know that the world has changed drastically right in front of us in the past 2 years. So for the one sec. Yeah. So for the next generation, these are the things that we would be hearing a lot. Stuck in the dark ages. We are unemployable after our graduations. I'm unhappy with my career, or I'm looking for a passion. I want a break. Okay. So these are the things that we keep hearing a lot if we are not future ready. So, if I took a survey on what are the life skills that need to be taught, there will be so many life skills that will come up. Leadership, problem solving, critical thinking. But what do we need to do for the future? So, for that, the current syllabus is preparing students for jobs that have been obsolete for a long time, right? And for technologies that have been obsolete for a long time to solve problems that need better technologies. The syllabus that we are currently studying has probably not been changed for the past 40 years. Yeah, changes are being made at a systemic level through government policies, national education policies, updates, online courses. So there is some inertia, but it will get done sooner or later. But what is our personal responsibilities? What can we do as an individual, whether we are a parent, teacher, educator, or even a student? What are the things that we can work on? Right? So, as the future changes rapidly, we need to prepare students for jobs that don't yet exist. They would be creating and using new technologies that haven't been yet invented. And they will be solving problems that we don't even know are problems yet. So, you have all seen it in the past 2 years. So, how can we prepare them for being future ready? So the first thing we need to do is get into the right mind space. The mind space means taking responsibilities for our current. So what is the? How do we take responsibility for our current state, right? And then we look at the world outside, how the world outside is changing, and then we look into ourselves. Okay, that is Purna Pragya. And then how do we explore and experiment with ourselves and the world? This is what we are going to prepare the students. This is going to prepare the students for the world future. Now, let us look at right mind space. Okay. Why do we eat healthy food? We eat healthy food to keep our body energetic and healthy. Why do we wear good clothes? To keep up our appearance neat and attractive, to improve our confidence. Do we put in healthy, unhealthy food in our stomachs once in a while? Yeah, we do, right? So what happens? The body flushes it out. So when your clothes get dirty, what do? You change them, you wash and iron them, you repair them. Now, what are the things we are putting into our minds? Are we? How does the mind react? So, what are we putting into our minds? We are putting in WhatsApp forwards, news, fake news, negative news, TV serials, YouTube videos. We are putting in arguments, worries, complaints, negative conversations. So, does the mind really have some system to clean it up or flush it out? What can we do to put ourselves in the right mind space? So, what are the things we can do? We can tell our children inspiring stories every day. We teach them how to focus on one thing at a time. We encourage them to improve their self belief. We help them do meditation, affirmations, and have positive conversations at home. So let me give an example. How many parents have asked this question to your children? Why can't you get full marks in maths? Or why can't you stick to your revision timetable for the exams? How many of us as parents have told this to our children? Right? What are the answers you get to it? Okay, let's try it out. Why can't you get full marks in maths? Oh, mom, you took me to the wedding. That's why I didn't study properly. Or the teacher did not teach properly. Yeah, these are the answers you will get. I did not find the right book, right? All the answers are going to be negative. Why they are going to be negative? Because you have accused them of something, so they get defensive, right? So because the question assumes that you cannot get full marks or you cannot stick to a timetable, can we change the question a little bit, right? Can we ask our children, how can I help you get full marks in mathematics? Or what do you need from me to stick to your revision timetable for your exams? Now, can we ask that? How can I help you get full marks in mathematics? So the answers you'll get is, Mom, I want this book, or I don't understand this part of the syllabus, or can I call the teacher and ask her some doubts, or can you sit with me while doing the revision, or can you give me a cup of coffee? Yeah, these are the answers you will get now. So the answers that you're getting to the just an attitude shift in the change of the question. Now the answers you get are positive, they are actionable, they are no longer defensive, and they are result oriented. So at the end of the day, once the child sticks to the timetable, he's going to improve his marks. So how can we, as parents, as teachers, how do we bring in positive conversations into our world and with our teachers? So that is also one of the things that we need to do to get into the right mind space. Now, let us look at the second part of it, the world outside. Oh, everyone knows that the world outside has been changing, right? So, how are they changing? We need to get acquainted with how the next gen careers would look like, how the world of work would look like. So, let us go into the future and think what our students might be needing to prepare to get prepared. So, first thing is automation. Most of the things that we used to do manually, banking, accounting, driving, even agriculture, is being automated right now. Personalization, you get personalized mugs, shoes, phone covers, even targeted ads due to the availability of vast amount of digital customer data. The world has changed from one size fits all to highly personalized products. The third thing that we are facing right now is miniaturization. Every year, the screens are getting flatter, the chips are getting smaller, and yet they have more functionality. Time compressed. There's no longer any constraints on day or night. People provide support 24/7 remotely. You no longer wait for the next day, even if it is 5 p.m. Things are getting done. Everything is on your fingertips. Everything gets done on time and at any time. Now, the next buzzword is sustainability. You have to be environmentally aware. Whatever action we consider, we need to consider climate change, we need to consider carbon footprint, electronic waste management, even space debris for any kind of thing that we need to do. Distance is no longer an issue. I got my logo designed through a person in Madhya Pradesh living in Bangalore. So, some person in a small village in Bihar with just the knowledge competes with another person sitting in New York and offering the same service. Corporates, how the corporates have been changing. Corporates are doing a lot of outsourcing. Corporates no longer need to employ full-time employees for non-core activities. They are outsourcing their HR, design, accounts, security. They need to concentrate only on their core business. The rest of the services can be offered by other companies that are actual experts in that particular field. Technology has been so ubiquitous, especially after COVID. You see more penetration of internet, more adaptation of online services, more use of digital transaction, more speed, more range of services offered. You can sit at home and do everything. You can stay at some resort and work for your office, or you can spend time with your family and still be available for a meeting. So the future is the world of work is changing completely. And then what is out there? There's no lack of opportunities. The world is full of opportunities. There are 320 lines of education. That is just data that I collected. Maybe there are more. There are 22,000 plus occupations. There are thousands of online courses. So there's no lack of opportunities. You have to find out from these opportunities. You need to find out what is futuristic, what is contemporary, what is trending, what is evolving, and then make research and then get into what is the future work that you would like to do. Now, how are the attitudes changing? Our grandparents, our parents, they work for survival. They work paycheck to paycheck. Their aim in life was to lead a good life, feed and educate their children, and make them responsible citizens. The current 40 to 50-year-olds, they work to have a good lifestyle. They are very, very happy to slog at work, put in a lot of time at work, as long as they are able to, their family is happy. Like they are happy to, they are able to provide some comforts at home, like good food, travel, a few luxuries, ability to educate their children, send them abroad. They are happy with that. The current 20 to 30-year-olds, they live life to enjoy it. They want fulfillment. They want happiness. They want new experiences. They want new products. They want to buy things. They want to travel the world. Our children, the next generation, the students, the current students who are teenagers right now, what is their attitude going to be? They would want to work for self satisfaction. They want to have passion towards their work. They want to be independent. They want to take breaks whenever they feel like. They want to find themselves, and they want jobs on the move. They want to explore the world, and they want to have intense freedom, and yet they want to earn large amounts. So, because of that, they have to be experts at whatever they do. And they also want to make a difference to their world. So, the next gen is going to be destination driven. So, because they want self satisfaction from their careers also, not only their life above after their careers, they want self satisfaction from their careers, from their future. So, for that, they need to understand themselves. So, what do you mean by understanding ourselves, right? What is it that we need to understand about ourselves? So, let us look at that. So, when we say self satisfaction, passion, fulfillment, okay, so are these just words or can we get deeper into it? Okay. And what is it that makes more money? Is it what is in vogue or in trend or futuristic? Or is it about yourself? What are you good at? What are your strengths? What is your personality? Right? So, what is passion? The passion is that which makes you happy to work at, which makes you feel very complete or contented. So today is Krishna Janmashtami. So let's refer to Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what Sri Krishna says. Sri Krishna defines two words, Swadharma. Swadharma is the action that you perform or the work that you do. And then there's another word called Swabhava. Swabhava is your innate nature, your intrinsic behavior, right? So Sri Krishna says, even if you get wonderful results, okay, even if you're successful after performing some work, if it is not aligned to your innate nature, okay, it leaves you very unfulfilled. Let me explain this with an example. This person knows, you all would know this person knows everything about the product and he really believes about this, your product. And when somebody comes with a problem which needs this product as a solution, he would be very convincing, he would be able to tell everything about the solution because he wants to help that person. Now he would close the sale, right? But because he closes the sale, you cannot say, okay, now because you close the sale very expertly, okay, become the marketing manager. Because they might be successful at closing the sale, but it does not align with their innate nature. Their innate nature is to help the person, their innate nature is to believe in the product. Their innate nature is not to convince the person to close the sale. So they will not agree, even if you give them a job, even if you give them hikes, even if you give them, some kind of extra percentage for each sale to be done. They will not agree to persuade and close another sale because that is not aligned to their personality. So, work that is aligned with your innate nature is better for your growth, even if it looks incomplete from some other point of view. So, when we say Swadharma, Swadharma has to be actions. So, these are actions that should be harmonious with your Swabhava. So, each person is different. So, to attain our perfection, Sri Krishna says, align your Swadharma to your Swabhava. Align your thought, words, and action according to your innate nature. So, what is the problem that you want to solve? So, I'll give you an example. When COVID started, one person was connecting teachers to students online. Okay, so what is the problem he wanted to solve? He would call me regularly. His questions were always like, where are you getting frustrated when you're connecting to students? Or are you able to teach comfortably online? What is your pain point, Harini? He would ask me. He wanted to solve the problem of teachers and students struggling with online classes. So he solved that problem using his edutech company. So he wanted that question. He wanted to answer that question. What is my pain point as a teacher? What is my pain point when I connect to students? What is the pain point of students or parents when they want to look for teachers? So what is the problem that you want to solve? Okay, you need to feel for that problem. Now, what are your aptitudes and strengths? What is your purpose in life? What are your aspirations? And what is the identity that you want to express? So, these are the combination of the definition of selves. What is the value? What are the values that you cannot compromise on? Okay, so say for example, somebody who's very very truthful and fights for becoming a journalist, and he goes and joins a company where there's a lot of fake news that they print. So what are the values that you cannot compromise on? If you want happiness, you need to future proof yourself by first understanding your swabhava or your innate nature, and then align your swadharma to your swabhava. Now let us look at what is I will introduce a word here, purna pragya. So what is purna pragya? I define purna pragya as Purna means complete or infinite. Purna means perfection or an exhaustive list. An exhaustive list of everything, all. Pragya means to discover. It also means knowledge and intelligence, your capability and skills. So, Pragya can be defined as knowledge that is being applied to life, that is wisdom. So, Purna Pragya means a list of all your capabilities, all your skills, or the definition of self can be listed out as Purna Pragya. So, let us look at what are the things that are different. I am different just like you. So, there are so many, I have my own learning styles, I have my own personality, I have my own abilities, and I have my own preferences. So, what am I? Can I define who am I? Purna Pragya is a 360-degree evaluation that will enable each person to list out and understand his or her unique innate potential so that they can fulfill their own unique purpose in life. What are the infinite possibilities of a person? What can they do to lead a complete and fulfilled life? Which is full of possibilities, and that is how you would find success in your field of interest, in your field of passion. So different things are there, so let's look at it one by one. So so you all are, I mean, many of you are educators or parents. So you would know that each child studies and acquires knowledge in a different way. So some might learn by just listening in class, and others might learn by experimenting. Some love to study in groups. They want a group of people to study, whereas some of them are self learners. Some of them write and memorize, and some of them might even sing and memorize their lessons. While some of them study only because they like the teacher, and the others fall in love with the subject. The others want the parents to be happy. So what are my acquiring styles? Can I understand my own unique combination of my acquiring styles? That defines me. So that is how you define self. Now, can we look at different personalities? One sec. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. Can I look at my personality style? So there are extroverts and introverts. There are detail-oriented people and those that they see the big picture. Some might want to do step-by-step work, and others might want to innovate their own process. Some are natural-born leaders, while others are able to create harmony as a team member. There are all jack of all trades. There are masters of one. You may be a perfectionist, or your friend may be a visionary. So can I understand what is my own unique personality, right? Then the next thing is obviously your talents. What are your talents? What is your interest? So we all know that there is always, some students who pick up languages very easily, while others may be very good at logical or mathematical skills. And some people may be musically inclined. Some may be good at interpersonal skills, while others can introspect and improve themselves. Some might be good at art, 3D imagination, while others are good at sports, yoga, or dance. and some others might be good with building models. So can we understand what is my unique combination of talents and my unique combination of intelligences? So that is again one of the things that we need to define ourselves, our purna pragya. Okay, the next thing we can do is work on our intelligence quotient. So we have intelligence quotient, our emotional quotient, how creative we are, creative quotient, how we deal with adversities or critical incidents. So adversity quotient, how spiritual we are, spirituality quotient. So what is my unique scores in these quotients? Okay, now let us talk about a passion meter. So we are all passionate about things, right? So where in the passion meter do my passions lie? So we might have hundreds of likes and dislikes. I like sweets, you like your blue shirt, you also like sports. But out of hundreds of likes and dislikes, we might probably learn about 10 things or 20 things. Say, I learn cooking or badminton, right? But you might actually do some of them. Say, whenever friends gather, you go swimming. Out of that, even less you might have energy to do regularly, like say you play cricket at your club every weekend. Now, out of those 8 or 9 things, right, you are an expert at even fewer things. For example, companies consult you for advice. You are an expert. So you are known to be an expert. So the companies come and consult you for advice regarding food technology. But what makes me happy or what makes me happiest and what I'm a master at is just 2 or 3 things. Say I am very good at packaging of nutritious food. So if you're a master at something, you like to do it day in and day out. Okay, you will find success in that career. So we need to find out where our interests lie in the passion meter. So if the passion meter shows you as an expert or a master, then you can convert the interest to your career. So then we have our own work preferences. So there are people who are doers, or probably an engineer or a machine operator, chefs. They are doers. They do things with their hands. They are realistic people. And then you have investigators, that is thinkers, researchers, people who love complex problem solvers. These people are inventors. So these are thinkers or investigators. Then you have creators or artistic people who prefer imaginative or intuitive persons. They are poets, movie makers, designers, artists, architects. Then you have helpers. Helpers are people who like interpersonal relationships. They prefer to help people, and they prefer to go out there and talk to people and help them out, like doctors, teachers, social workers. They are empathetic people who want to understand the other person's psychology and help them out. Then there are persuaders. They have the ability to persuade people. They are great leaders. They are into sales, marketing, coaches. They become CEOs because they are enterprising people. Then you have the conventional people, that is, those who follow processes and rules, those who are organizers, accountants, lawyers, HR managers, compliance officers. So, can I collect from this? Okay, what is my work preference? What is it that I want to do? So, say for example, so, one knowledgeable person might feel happy to teach a topic, while the same knowledgeable person, with the same knowledge, another person might want to research the topic further. Yet another would create some product out of it. So, each person is different. The person who wants to teach is a person who likes to help other people. So it comes under helper or empathetic people or social work preference. The person who wants to create a product out of it is a doer and or a creator. And a person who wants to research further would be in the thinker or investigator work preference. So with this information, can I find out what am I? Who am I? Can I define myself? Okay. So with this information, what are my acquiring styles? What are my aptitudes, my interests, my personality, and my work preference? When we list out our Purna Pragya, we are able to define, we are able to have a unique answer to who am I. Now, with this, what next? What is next? So, we need to explore or experiment. So, we need to start doing activities. We need to start doing projects with this knowledge. We need to express our knowledge. We need to express our interest and express our unique identity to the world. That is when we start learning. So, say for example, your child is visual spatial, right? They love art and colors, they are very creative. Okay, send them out to the nearby park, take photographs, create an online presence. What are you doing with that knowledge? What are you doing with that passion? That is what counts. So it's no longer about, okay, my child is very good with kinesthetic skills. He is very good with yoga or dance. Okay, send them to a dance class. No, it isn't also about how you are expressing it back. So just learning is not enough any longer. So for example, your child is a planner. He has a lot of logical skills, highly interpersonal. Ask them to make the plan for your next trip or get together. Just suggest them a budget and make them do something with it. Make them express that knowledge or express that skill and explore and experiment with that skill. So a student with people skills or empathy or who is very good with languages, you can send them out, ask them to conduct interviews with people, record or write articles. They could volunteer at a school or a hospital. Okay. So from this, they will learn how to take responsibility. They learn problem solving. They learn how to communicate their plan and actions. So life skills and passive learning is a thing of past. The next gen will have to apply what they are learning early in life and discover themselves and develop their own life skills. So life skills is not something you send them to classes for. Life skills is something that they need to discover themselves. They need to understand themselves and develop it. Say for example, I know a student who has a photography and YouTube account. Her spatial visual skills are very good. So, and also, so because of that, she has learned how to deal with criticism and praise. She has learned how to express herself. She also learned how to do time management. So I'll come up with a few more examples here because this is the action point of or the entire being ready for the future ready for being future ready. This is the actual action point. So I know a dancer and singer. She's an extrovert. She loves planning and organizing events. Even when she was 8, she would go collect neighborhood kids and plan some 1 hour program or 2 hour programs. So at 16, she started at age 8. At 16, she took responsibility to conduct the entire annual day function of her school. So don't you think her conflict management skills has improved? Her organizing skills has improved? Her problem solving skills has improved? Not because she went for some life skill classes, but because she experienced the real life problems and solved them since she was 8, right? I have one, counselor mother who has a son who's extremely high logical and mathematical skills. So, how can the counselor mother, who is, she is working with psychology, she's working with education, and this child has logical and mathematical skills. How can the mother help the child? So, his interest is in programming. So, could the mother ask him to create a software that measures time response of a mouse click to change in color of a picture? So, this will give the psychologist mother an idea on a hand eye coordination. So, at the same time, the son experiences how to use a programming language, what are the problems that come up in user interface, what are the errors that come up. He can you create automated assessments of children using web programming. So this child learns that his work not only helps his mother, but also the people his mother helps. They learn about the far reaching repercussions of each action they have, and they learn to take ownership of that work. This is not something you can teach using some classes of life skills. This is something the child needs to experience and explore and understand themselves. Another student I know, he has excellent IQ. He improved his EQ and interpersonal skills by going and tutoring students. Now he is a founder of his own startup. He has found out what are the problems that students are facing when they are learning something. So he has founded his own edutech software. Another 15-year-old student I know, she's publishing her own book because she's very good with expressing herself in the written format. So she regularly updates her blog. Although she's very shy and an introvert, she is able to express her thoughts, actions through her book, and she has a following. So I know another 15-year-old who has great leadership skills. He has a will to do something good for the society. So you can say his work preference is persuasive, enterprising. He has great language skills. So what did he do during COVID? He formed a team of his friends, all 15-year-old and younger students, and he cleaned up his entire society. He has now understood his own strengths. What am I good at? What is the part of the activity that I like to do? What makes me the happiest? Is leading the people making me happy? Is the cleaning part making me happy? Is the praise from the people making me happy? So he has understood what he is good at, and he has understood what he likes doing, and that's how he has understood his Purna Pragya. I know another child who is a 14-year-old, and he does origami. Now, origami is folding papers. There was a department in IIT Gandhinagar who looked at his origami and said, "Help us make airbags." Airbags is when in an event of an accident, it has to open up very fast, but it has to be tiny. So how can I fold something in a very tiny manner, but it opens up very quickly? So this is something he's working on right now. So he's working as an intern at IIT Gandhinagar. So the student is using his creative actions to do something that can be applied in the real life. So what and how we need to learn is we need to enable our children. We cannot teach this. We need to enable our children to learn responsibility, to take ownership of what they are good at, to take ownership of whatever action they do, and to be responsive in this world. So this is the thing that the students currently need to become future ready. So I hope this roadmap gives an idea on how to guide your children and students to be future ready. Um, so this is Harini from Purna Pragya. Thank you for listening to me about future readiness. I'm now prepared to discuss any opinions or comments that you would like to share.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a wonderful presentation. I think you talked about everything we need to make our children future ready. There was a time when we used to think about these video chats. It was a big deal long back. The entire family used to sit at one place and wait for the other person to call and connect. And look at the situation now where we are standing.
Yes.
And yes, the Alexa, we speak to Alexa to play our favorite song, to tell you the
Yes.
weather. I mean, everything is so quick. So,
Yes.
so are we really preparing our children for everything, uh, making them future ready? Not only focusing on the academics, but other skills, the 21st century skills, if we talk about how
Yes.
to be ready, how to be prepared, to face a turbulent future where like we are in one in from last 2 years, we are in this pandemic, and fighting uh, very nicely. Everybody is putting in effort, a lot of efforts to do that. So are we really preparing kids for that? I think that was a wonderful presentation. You talked about in detail uh, these steps, the 5 steps you have shared: the right mindset, world outside, understanding self, Purna Pragya, the very good one, explore and experiment. To finding out about oneself is much more important, that we mostly forget.
Yes.
From the very beginning we can do it. Kids, they even, if we come across students even today at the age of 25 somewhere, they are still not sure which career option they should choose. Sometimes I've seen students where they are interested in photography, and they do that for a month or so, and then again they switch on to something else. So how can you guide them? It becomes difficult at this age. This is something we can
Yes.
start from the very beginning of the school time, where we can
Not
guide them.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
necessarily. Even at 25, even at 40, I have known people, even at 40, they are, as I said, one example, they are knowledgeable people. They are very good at
Hmm.
convincing people. They are very good at expressing themselves, but they don't
Right.
want to close the sale, right? And they are put in this business development roles at
Mm-hmm.
40 because they have become experts at that product. So just because they're experts at that product, they're saying that, okay, now do business development. They don't want to do it. So,
Right.
it becomes a everyday fight for them. It becomes an everyday,
Every day.
I don't want to go and do this. So
Hmm.
at 25, if you find out that you are good at something, then put it in that passion meter I talked about. Are you at the expertise level? You want to take up photography. Are you at the expertise level? Are you very passionate? Can you quickly jump to the doing activity and expertise level? Then you can get into that. But in the meantime, because you are already 25, you have some responsibilities that you have to handle at home. So what are the things that you can do to earn money in the meantime? See, when we are 13, we don't have that responsibility, so we don't have to worry about timings when we are earning money or doing something, when we are trying to understand ourselves. So that is why we want to start it early. But even at
Right.
25 or 40, okay, do things. So make a list of your capabilities. Again, do the Purna Pragya evaluation. Do your aptitudes, do your knowledge, do your passion, do your preferences. And then, part of the time spend in earning that money, because your responsibilities are not going to change. But in the meantime, what are the things that you can do to, enable your growth? You
True.
grow
I think that
yourself
was, yeah.
by understanding yourself, and then slowly move that. When you start earning money here, you stop your other work that you're not interested in doing. So that is what we need to, so that we if today we are talking to educators and parents, then we should be starting that new early. But it's not too late, even for you, even for mid careers, even people who are 50. There are many people, whose children are flown the nest, and the mothers have taken a backseat at their careers, and suddenly they are free because the children have gone to colleges. So what do? So for that, again, do the same thing, Purna Pragya. List out what you can do it. What is your knowledge? What are you skilled at? What is it that you like to solve? What is the problem that you feel? So this person who connected teachers and students, right? During COVID, I would have said, I mean, why not doctors and patients? Why did you not connect chefs and people who wanted food? He connected teachers and students because that is the problem he wanted to solve with his expertise. So, what is it that you feel very strongly about? Right? He used to, every time he used to call me, ma'am, what is the problem that you're facing? What is your pain point? Why are you not, what is the reason that, you're struggling to connect to students? So I would tell something, he would go solve it. Next week, again, come back with, what is your pain point? So, you have to feel that what is the problem you want to solve. So it can be what you're not good at, but then if you feel for it, you will automatically grow towards it.
Wow, that was great. So everybody out there listening to ma'am, that you can quickly do work on it. You have a chance. It's not too late. You can
Yes,
come up with your list of capabilities, your interests, and then
capabilities.
definitely you can find a way for yourself. So I think it
Yes,
was
yes.
wonderful having you on this forum, ma'am. Thank you so very much for giving us your time today
Thank you.
and sharing with us such an informative details. I'm so sorry. Just a second. Yeah, so I think I was facing some network problem here. Yeah, thank you so very much, ma'am. I was just thanking you for sharing such informative uh,
Yeah.
things, and I don't know, I'm just finding myself at loss of words. It was very informative, and as you can see here in the background, there are people celebrating Janmashtami, so I'm just getting distracted because of that. I'm so sorry. So
Actually, I
yes,
would like to say one thing here. A lot of us think that when we look into ourselves, it is something spiritual, or is it adhyatma, or why do we need to study Bhagavad Gita? But the thing is, understanding self is not only adhyatma, it is
right.
also what we are in the materialistic world, right? What are my skills? What are my aptitudes? What is my purpose in life? So you have to understand yourself to express yourself into the world and be a part of the world in the changing world.
Well, that was deep, I would say. Connecting
Yes,
with yourself is very important, and it's a lengthy process. I feel somewhere you need to connect with yourself and find out your purpose. That's
yes.
a big question. We keep finding out the purpose of ourselves. So I
Yeah,
think
but for
yes,
that you have to keep acting. You
keep
have to keep doing some activities.
right, right.
Research yourself. You have to explore yourself, do things, and find out what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
True that. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so very much for this informative piece today. And I'm sure viewers will definitely enjoy hearing this later on. Those who missed it and those who are with us, you can post your questions in the comment section. Anything that you would like to share, where you are able to connect with Harini ma'am, and you would like to share your thoughts, you can post it in the comment section. You're most welcome for that. And and for any question also, ma'am will definitely try to answer them as and when possible. So yes, I think time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again on behalf of our team, and thank you everyone for joining in. Wish you all a very happy Janmashtami. I'm just letting my neighbors to play the songs aloud now. It was just somehow distracting me, and it's a good day. Thank you everyone. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Pleasure is all ours, ma'am. Thank you. Bye bye.